An MBA used to be treated like a guarantee. Spend 2 years, spend a small fortune, and a high-paying career was basically locked in. That guarantee is quietly gone, and today I'm going to show you exactly why, with the real numbers behind it. Here's the deal: MBAs were sold on for decades. Pay the tuition, put in the 2 years, and the salary jump on the other side would pay it back, predictably, almost automatically. For a long time, that math actually worked. Let's start with what changed first: cost. At the top 25 business schools in the United States, the total cost of attendance, tuition, fees, and living expenses now averages around $231,000 over 2 years. At the most elite programs, Columbia, Stanford, Wharton, that number pushes past $260,000. Annual tuition alone at many of these schools now exceeds $100,000 a year. It's not just the elite tier either. Mid-tier accredited programs typically run somewhere between $130,000 and $180,000 total. Even fully online accredited MBAs run $40,000 to $80,000. There's no version of this degree anymore that's cheap, and a lot of that cost gets financed. The median debt load for full-time MBA graduates currently sits near $70,000. On top of 2 years of income most students aren't earning while they study. Now, to be fair, the salary side of the equation is still genuinely strong. The median starting salary for MBA graduates in 2025 was $125,000, roughly 1.67 times what bachelor's-only candidates earn in comparable roles. That premium is real. It's just not the whole story anymore. Here's the number that actually surprised me. At Harvard Business School, one of the most prestigious MBA programs that exists, 23% of the class of 2024 were still looking for a job 3 months after graduation. That's up from 20% the year before. If the placement guarantee is cracking at Harvard, it's not a fringe problem. Part of the reason: major employers, including Amazon and Google, have been actively cutting mid-level management roles, which is historically exactly the layer MBA graduates are hired straight into. The target job itself is shrinking at some of the biggest employers in the country. At the same time, employers are quietly changing what they are actually buying when they hire an MBA. In a 2025 survey of over 900 global employers, 92% said grit and adaptability were the most critical traits they look for, ahead of the degree itself. Over half wanted cloud computing ability. 42% specifically wanted AI integration and data literacy. The credential used to be the entire signal. Now it's one input among several. And there's a newer pressure underneath all of this: a meaningful share of the entry and mid-level analytical work that used to justify hiring an MBA. The spreadsheet modeling, the market research synthesis, the first draft of a strategy deck, is exactly the kind of work AI tools are increasingly capable of doing faster. The degree doesn't protect against that shift. The specific skills layered on top of it do. Now, here's the honest nuance, because the real story isn't the MBA is dying. Globally, demand for graduate business education actually grew 12% in 2024 and another 7% in 2025. People are still applying in large numbers. It's the specific assumption that the degree alone guarantees the outcome that's breaking down, especially in the US. There's also a separate factor specific to American programs worth being honest about. A real chunk of the application decline at individual US schools is tied to immigration policy. H-1B visa registrations dropped nearly 27% year over year, not purely to doubts about ROI. International applicants are recalculating the value of a US degree for reasons that have nothing to do with the classroom. So here's the actual equation today. Cost is up, sometimes well past $200,000. Placement is less certain, even at the most prestigious schools. And employers increasingly hire for specific, demonstrable skills layered on top of the degree, not the degree as a stand-alone signal. None of those three were true to the same degree 15 years ago. None of this means skip it categorically. The MBA brand still functions as a near-hard requirement for breaking into management consulting and investment banking. It still meaningfully compounds career optionality after 40 board seats, C-suite moves, the kind of doors that open less from salary math and more from network and credibility. For the right field, the right timing, and the right school tier, it's still a strong bet. If you're actually weighing this, 3 questions matter more than the brand name on the building. 1. What's the real total cost of attendance at your specific target school, including 2 years of foregone income, not the marketing number? 2. What does actual placement data look like for your specific target industry from that specific school, not the average across all graduates? 3. What skill, beyond the degree itself, are you planning to walk in with? Because that's increasingly the part employers are actually paying for. Quick recap. Top-tier MBA cost now averages over $230,000. Even Harvard's most recent class saw a meaningful jump in graduates still job hunting 3 months out. Employers are explicitly prioritizing skills and adaptability over the credential alone. The MBA isn't worthless. The guarantee that used to come with it is gone. If breaking down what's actually changed behind big financial and career decisions like this is useful to you, subscribe. See you in the next one.